The year was 1762. In a forgotten corner of the world, Punjab was fighting for her freedom. Ahmed Shah Abdali, Durrani, Lord of Punjab, whose vassal included the Mughal emperor in Delhi and the world's greatest conqueror of his time, was ranged against Jassa Singh Ahluwalia, the mountain Pacha of the Sikhs. Do you want to hear his story today? Press the bell icon on YouTube and never miss another update. This is the story of the forgotten hero of Punjab, Jassa Singh Ahluwalia. Earlier in the year, Ahmed Shah, in what was yet another in a stream of unending invasions of Punjab, commencing with Muhammad of Ghazni in 1001, had inflicted a crushing defeat on the Sikhs in what is known as their history as Vadda Ghallughara, when 25,000 Sikhs, including women and children, had been slaughtered at Kop, about 250 kilometers northwest of Delhi. Ahmed Shah had then marched to the Harmandir Sahib Golden Temple at Amritsar, the holiest place of worship of the Sikhs, blew it up with gunpowder so that not a single brick remained, and then, to add insult to injury, proceeded to fill the holy tank with the carcasses of dead cows. The time for vengeance could come when later in October Ahmed Shah was at Lahore and realized that the Sikhs were gathered in strength for the annual meeting. He decided to deal with his greatest detractors, a death blow. The omens were far from propitious. It was Diwali, the 17th October, and a full solar eclipse was in progress. Ahmed Shah was confident. He had 5,000 well trained, battle hardened Afghans. The Sikh army, already filled with a murderous hate, realizing that their quest for freedom and sovereignty would be shattered with defeat, fought with a primeval ferociousness, shouting, Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Their battle cry, they charged the Afghans. George Forster, 1783, recounts this engagement. The Sikh nation, amounting to 60,000 cavalry, had formed a junction at the ruins of Amritsar, where they resolved to pledge their national existence. The Sikhs, roused by the fury of a desperate revenge, in sight also of the ground sacred to them, whose monuments were destroyed by the enemy they were to combat, displayed during a bloody contest, which lasted from morning until night. An enthusiastic and fierce courage, which ultimately forced Ahmed Shah to draw off his army and retire with precipitation to Lahore, while Jassa Singh's victory was not complete or comprehensive, as with the Mongol defeat by the Mamluks of Egypt in 1260, it scattered the myth of Abdali's invincibility. In April 1761, Abdali was returning triumphant, having destroyed Maratha power at the Third Battle of Panipat. His booty included 2,200 Hindu women being taken to Afghanistan to be sold into slavery. The Sikhs were at their biannual meeting at Amritsar when the relatives of the women pleaded for succor. Jassa Singh left immediately with a volunteer force, caught up with the Afghans at the river Sutlej of Gurdwaras, rescued the women, and had them gallantly escorted to the families. The action, which required great audacity, swift and faultless execution, and a completely indifference to danger made him a household name in North India. Henceforth, he was also known as Bandi Chhor or Liberator. Later, in 1764, Jassa Singh, commanding the Khalsa armies, conquered Sirhind, the richest province of the empire. Jassa Singh's share of the cash spoils amounted to 9 lakhs rupees. He donated the entire amount to the rebuilding of the Harmandir Sahib, which is as it stands today. The great act of generosity referred to Guru Ki Chadar endeared him forever to his religious minded people. These are but some of the actions that caught the attention of the oppressed people of Punjab who joined the cause in droves. Jassa Singh translated this energy and enthusiasm into military and diplomatic victories against both the Mughals and, after 1752, the Afghans. For historical comparison, a similar feat was performed by the legendary French hero Charles Martel, the Hammer, who famously defeated the Moorish army of Abd ar-Rahman in 732 AD at the Battle of Poitiers. He then cleared southern France of foreign occupation, making his country safe from foreign occupation. Jassa Singh was born on 3rd May 1718 in village Alo near Lahore. At this time, Punjab was completely in ruins. Oppression was at its height. The movement for freedom having been crushed with the horrific execution of Banda Bahadur and his followers. Jassa Singh's father died when he was 5 years old, and he, together with his mother, spent the next 7 years in Delhi with Mata Sundari, Guru Gobind's widow, where he imbibed the lesson of the Gurus, making Guru Gobind's mission his own. Soon he was to leave the safe environment of Delhi to claim his destiny to a life of adventure in the heart of Punjab. After an initial period with his uncle, Bakht Singh's Jatha, he joined his mentor, Kapoor Singh's warriors, his first job being to feed the horses, who knew one day he would become king. The young Jassa honored his martial skills. Hunting, wild bow, and patronage helped, and the threat of attack, Emperor Farrukhsiyar having passed an edict with incentives of 50 rupees per Sikh head, and constant skirmish made him fearless. The young and enthusiastic Jassa soon made a mark for himself, and his first notable exploiting against Murtaza Khan, the chief supplier of Central Asian horses to the emperor. There was no looking back, distinguishing himself in the hit-and-run attacks on Nadir Shah's baggage train when he was returning triumphant from Delhi 1739, laden with booty 1748. He used the confusion surrounding Abdal's first invasion 1748 to lead the Dal Khalsa Sikh army to capture Amritsar from Salabad Khan, whom he killed. Amritsar would now become the Sikh rallying point and indeed the center of their symbolic resistance. Resistance in the Baisakhi meeting that followed on 29th March 1748. Jassa Singh was made commander-in-chief of the Dal Khalsa, now divided into 11 groupings of Miss from the previous 65. These would act in unison and were subjected to Guru Mata's resolution taken at Amritsar, which were binding on all. In 1753, before his death, Kapoor Singh, his mentor, proclaimed Jassa Singh the head of the Panth, giving him Guru Gobind Singh's mace to reinforce the leadership of the community. The stage was set for the conquest of the whole of Punjab. Jassa Singh's conquering career really took off after this event. His victories included the defeat in combination with Kaura Mal or Shah Nawaz of Multan. He conquered Kavaspur and Fatehabad. In 1753, he defeated Aziz Beg and Bakhinda Khan. 1754, the commanders who attacked Amritsar along with Adina Beg Khan. He defeated Boland Khan at Mahilpur. 1757. Again in 1757, he defeated Sadat Khan, Abdali's representative at Jalandhar. In 1758, he defeated Ubaidullah Khan, the Afghan general sent by Abdali. Shortly afterwards, Hiramal and Gulsher Khan were defeated and killed by him in 1760. He got the better of Abdali's outstanding general Jahan Khan, along with Charat Singh Sukrichakia, Ranjit Singh's grandfather. He defeated the Ubaid Khan and subsequently conquered Lahore. 1761. Coins were stuck to mark this victory. In 1764, he defeated Zain Khan and conquered Sarhind. From this period on, Abdali was on the defensive, and during his return, after his invention in 1764 and 1765, his authority was confined to his own camp. Lahore was occupied by the Dal Khalsa and the Gobind Shahi. Coins were struck in 1765 as the formal declaration of their sovereign status. Punjab was now free after over 700 years. Jassa Singh did not stop here. Sikh conquest continued, culminating in the conquest of Delhi on 11th March 1783. Jassa Singh, to prove a point, sat on the throne of Hindustan. While he left shortly afterwards, he ensured, through his lieutenant Baghel Singh, the building of the 8 main Gurdwaras of Delhi. At the time of his death, the combined armies of the Dal Khalsa Sikh army totaled approximately 2 lakh men with 60 to 70,000 horses available at any given time. Sikh rule extended from Lahore, Multan to Jammu, Kashmir, the Kangra hills to the environs of Delhi. The influence extended even further to the Ganga Doab, Rajasthan and Agra. Abdali invaded again in 1769 but could go no further than the river Sutlej. After his death in 1772, his son Shah Zaman was equally unsuccessful with respect to Punjab. It had taken Jassa Singh and his Misl leaders over 2 decades of fighting and diplomatic maneuvers. The Mughals had been suppressed, the Afghans repulsed, and Punjab now belonged to her people. How was all this achieved? How did the independent minded Sikhs, given the democratic nature of their faith and their natural sentiment to authority, combine together? And how did the mixed leaders, who were themselves competing against each other, display unison under a single command? Of course, the foundations had already been laid by Guru Nanak, who started a peaceful religion in the 16th century that appealed to the masses. His teachings gave character and a cohesiveness to the people. 9 gurus of great character followed and built on this foundation. Heroic sacrifices added to unity. If you haven't pressed the bell icon, press it now, and we would love to know your feedback in the comment section below. Till then, love.